There was a period of time where all the social media platforms were trying to compete with TikTok, so they were prioritizing short form content, and Reels were absolutely exploding. Now, Reels are still an integral part of your content strategy, but it's not like it was before. We're not seeing everyone get rewarded with massive views. Now, you need to create a content ecosystem. You have to have several different pieces in place that all fit together, that nurture prospects into buyers. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that works and the 5 components that you have to have for your content ecosystem. The first is to start with ads. Now, a lot of people think the ads need to be highly scripted and really salesy. You've seen a million ads like this where it's like, hey, are you a coach or a consultant? You want to get over 10K a month? And they think that they have to jump off of the screen and be like as in your face as possible to stop you from swiping. But I have a different approach. I like to do what I call Trojan horse ads. So I'll find a clip from somebody who's speaking about my niche or about my offer. And then I watch them and then I react to it. I just give my 2 cents. When I run this as an ad, nobody knows who I am. So if just my bald face pops up in your feed, you might not want to watch that. But if Gary Vee pops up in your feed, especially if you're a Gary Vee fan and I'm targeting Gary Vee followers, all of a sudden that makes sense why he's in your feed, or why Tim Ferriss is in your feed, or why Elon Musk is in your feed. I call these Trojan horse ads because Elon and Tim and Gary Vee, they're like the Trojan horse that is introducing me to their audience. And then anybody who watches 100% of that video, they'll automatically be targeted with more of my content. You've probably heard this already, but all the social media platforms are moving over to the interest graph. So before, you would see content from people that you followed. Now, everybody's trying to copy TikTok. They just want to show you content that you're the most likely to watch to keep you on the platform as long as possible. So whatever they think you're interested in, that's what they're going to serve you more of. So if you watch 100% of one of my videos, they're automatically going to show you more of my content. So I need to create those ads that are going to grab your attention, and then I need to post on a regular basis so that once you see one of my ads and Gary Vee introduces me to you, now all of a sudden you're seeing me over and over again. Now, my second approach to ads is just the best ads are the best content. So what we do is we create ads that are not designed to sell you right now, but to educate and to inspire and entertain and just to get you to watch. Every good copywriter knows that the goal of every sentence is just to sell the next sentence and then the next sentence. And if we string enough of those together, we walk somebody through our sales letter until they get to the end and they get our sales pitch. And content and ads is the same way. I'm not trying to get you to buy immediately right now. I want to earn the right to speak to you again and again and again. And if I string enough pieces of content like that together, then the sale is going to become inevitable. So I want that ad to grab your attention and get you to watch, and then you're going to start seeing more and more of my content. So what we like to do is post organic content, and then whatever ones do the best, we put ad spend behind that and then run that as an ad. And we might add a call to action at the end of the video, or just have a call to action in the description below. So that's the first component, is ads. The next component is Reels. Now, everybody is still so focused on the Alex Hormozi style of content, but I like to focus on message over medium. So medium is how we convey the information. The message is the content itself, the message that you want to share with people. So what I encourage all of my clients to do and what we work on together is to hone in that message. So we're saying the right thing to the right person. And then once we have that figured out, it doesn't really matter what the medium is. So we do Alex Hormozi style content just like this, but we also do podcast style videos or selfie style videos or walk and talk videos or swipe videos. If you'd like to see this, I can share this with you. This is a doc that we just use for all the different styles of content that we make, but mix it up. Just try different styles of content. And like I said, refine that message and put it in front of people in as many different formats as you can. The next kind of content in your content ecosystem is stories. So a lot of people really struggle with this because they think that to create stories, I have to be on my phone all day long because I have to be taking pictures of what I'm doing, at the gym, working, taking pictures of my food, and I don't want to be glued to social media 24/7. And I totally understand that. I don't like doing that either. What we do with our clients is we transcribe all of our reels, and then we take those transcripts and then we turn those into lots of other kinds of content, including stories. So we do stories like this, where we take a picture. It could just be a generic picture from Unsplash, or sometimes clients can share their camera roll with us and we'll use their personal pictures. And then we just put text over the top of it. My goal is to make it feel like you're texting with your audience. Like you just have this idea, you typed out a message specifically to them, used a picture that you took, and it feels a lot more personal. So even though it requires no extra work on our client's behalf, if we do it right, it feels really personal and relationship building with your audience. This is super super important for a few reasons. One, because stories is a whole second aspect of Instagram. So if you're not posting there, you're leaving half of the platform unleveraged. You have to take advantage of it. Secondly, it's a great place for call to actions because you can do the swipe up or you put a link on the story itself. You need to have content going out there every single day so that when you're ready to make a pitch, it doesn't come across as salesy because that channel is already open. People are used to seeing you every day. Now, the next component to your content ecosystem is repurposed content. So like I said, we take a transcript from every one of those videos. We also turn those into carousels, different styles of carousels. We'll take an image and have a long piece of text that goes along with it, almost like a mini article like these. Stories, like I just mentioned, we'll do quote images, we'll do tweet threads, we'll do tweet videos, we'll do animated quotes. Once again, I want to focus on the message over medium. So once we have a concept that we know works, I want to put those in front of as many people in as many different formats, as many times as possible. Not everybody's going to see every one of your posts. So when we have a good idea we want people to internalize, I want to keep putting it in front of them over and over again. Also, I want to do it in as many styles as possible. Maybe some people don't want to watch, but they do want to read. Maybe they don't want to read, but they want to listen. Maybe they don't want to read text, they do want to look at a picture. So I want to leverage all of those different styles of consuming content. And I think some people have this idea that repurposed means less valuable, like it's recycled content, but I'm going to show you that that's not the case. So on Instagram, if you click on View Insights underneath any of one of your posts, it'll give you a little graph of how many followers versus non-followers consumed a piece of content. So for all of our clients, we compile all of that data, and then we do our filming sessions, we'll sort by followers and by non-followers. And we'll take like the top 5 posts and we'll ask ourselves, why do we think that content did the best? And how can we double down on that? How can we dig into some of those topics even deeper? Or how can we even just say the same things, but in new, fresh ways? The interesting thing is that when we sort by followers, the content that does the best for our existing audience is almost always the repurposed content. So if you look at this client here, the number 2 piece of content for followers was a talking head video, as was, I don't know, this is maybe like 9 or 10, but look at all the other ones. An image with long piece of text, a carousel, a quote image, image with text. So what we like to do is use those reels to bring in non-followers and then the repurposed content to heat up our existing followers. Most people are still so focused on HORMOZI style content because they feel like, reels are blowing up, but you have to have both kinds of content. And by both, I just mean the video and the repurposed stuff. Really, you have to have a lot of kinds of content, the carousels and the tweets and the stories and the image posts, all that stuff. And then the last component to your ecosystem is YouTube content. And like I showed you in Dan Bolton's example, the goal of YouTube is not to start a completely separate social media channel. It's not like, okay, what are the rules to win on Instagram? Or what are the rules to win on LinkedIn? And now what are the rules to win on YouTube? Really, it's all about just content. And it's about getting people to binge as much of your content as possible. So let's say it takes 1 hour of total consumption time for somebody to see you as an expert. That means that if we post a 1-minute reel every single day, then it'll take 60 days for somebody to see you as an expert. But now let's say that we make a YouTube video that has 5 steps to accomplish XYZ. And each one of those 5 steps becomes its own reel. And then in the reel, you say, if this was helpful for you, I actually have a training that goes into 5 things. Click on the link in my bio to go check it out. So now somebody has seen a 60-second reel, we push them to YouTube, and now they watch like a 10 or a 20-minute video. Let's say that at the end of that video, it links to a few more 10 or 20-minute videos. Now all of a sudden, somebody can go from watching one 60-second reel to spending an hour with us on YouTube. So rather than waiting for 60 days to get up to that expertise threshold, we can do that in 1 single day. So like I said, the goal is not to be Mr. Beast and blow up a huge YouTube account. It is to be able to push people from short form content over to long form and 10x the rate at which they see our face, hear our voice, and consume our content. So that's how the content ecosystem works. If you have any questions about how to create the content or what kinds of content to create, I have some more videos linked down below that'll teach you exactly that. Go check those out. And if you have any questions whatsoever, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm happy to help. If you like more content like this, hit subscribe. I'm posting content like this all the time. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.